Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early March 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So we're going to get right down to business, right down to work. We'll get an oracle card going for you. Let's get it going. Shuffle it up one time for the beautiful Leos here in early March. Let's have a little bit of fun today, my friends. Let's see what's going on. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself as always. And at the very end, I'm going to pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot just to see what type of shadows might be around you or what shadow work you might want to lean into. So that's always interesting, much for you to think about and consider. Only take what hits, as I always say. Let's get this first card out though. What do we have for Leo, please? In early March, thank you. All right, this is definitely a good start here. We have this Empress figure cuddling the baby, and that could mean so many various different things, whether it's how you're feeling or good abundance coming your way. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, Leo, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you're active on Twitter, my handle's at kyleofcups. Please feel free to tweet me things. But into the reading we go. Enough of all that. You see this lovely lady, she's cuddling that baby. So yeah, maybe for some of you it is a certain baby that's playing an important role in this life. Obviously that's not every Leo out there, but we can think of creation. We can think of those Empress types of feelings, those motherly, nurturing, loving, caring types of vibes, which is good. So I feel whenever this card shows up, it could represent big abundance coming in, nice things, regardless if the reading is rough itself, it might all be for the best. But this could be a need from you or someone else around you to have a little TLC, a little tender love and care. That's what most human beings need, a little bit of that in their life from time to time. Sometimes you just need a big old bear hug, right? But let's get into tarot itself. I don't want to get too much into that because it could literally just be good energies coming towards you. All right, so let's see what's up. We're going to get you 3 tarot cards and then I will intuitively clarify them afterwards. Let's shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Leos. My guides, talk to me. What do we got? Now, I want to touch on last week's reading while we shuffle these cards up good. Last week's reading was titled Beware of This Change. The week before that was An Unexpected Talk. Now, with last week's reading, I saw a lot of people possibly considering big life changes, big cycle shifting, things happening suddenly. But the warning that was within that reading was like a change might seem good, but in the end, it might be like someone's pulling the rug or beware of false opportunities. So there was that little 7 of Swords type of energy lingering around. But let's hope we get some more positivity here. Let's see what's going on. We'll see, because you know energy is always shifting and changing, but sometimes themes can still stick around from week to week, especially if they're big themes. So we might be going into the realm of either new ventures, which would be good with that Empress card, or communication with the Page of Pentacles. Let's get 2 more out and really start to build this picture. What do we got for Leo, pardon me. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands in the center. That's good. That's movement. That's action. That's passion and drive. I love it. Let's get 1 more out here. Thank you. Okay, so we have double knights here. Okay, and with the fire air, we also have earth here grounding it down, but there could be some combustible energies. Let's talk about it because we have the 2 heavy action-based court cards on the back end, but we'll go one by one. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get those juicy intuitive messages, which we're going to have to do since we have 2 court cards in the main spread, but 3 court cards, so it's all people here. So this could represent different people in your life. The Page of Pentacles. All pages represent new endeavors, learning, students. So a lot of you might be wanting to take on new things, start new cycles, learn new skills. Big messenger. Okay, that's the consensus between many readers, is that the Page of Pentacles is one of the bigger messengers out of all the other pages. So this could speak about talking back and forths with people, getting your point across, waiting to hear from somebody else. So we're really going to have to clarify this to see what that could entail, right? To see what the tale is. Now, moving to the center, we have the Knight of Wands. We have the 2 fastest moving knights in the whole entire deck coming one after another. So we have earth, we have fire, we have air. This could represent you in my simple style of reading, or another fire sign. Action, passion. All of the Wands cards represent that burn that's within us, but this one in particular does speak about focus. So Spirit could be asking you to figure out or really hone in on what you're spending your energy, what you're focusing on. This could represent an individual in your life that's the life of the party. This could be someone in the negative that parties up a little too much, might have a little bit of a temper. And when we mix this Knight with the Knight of Swords on the back end, it can be a little combustible, like I said, a little explosive, a little problematic, because it could be a clashing. I don't want to go there just yet, of course, because I'm not a doom and gloom type of reader, but the Knight of Swords on the back end, one of the fastest moving cards. We could be speaking about energetic action overall, starting with the page, moving to the Knight of Wands, then going to the Knight of Swords, something picking up a lot of speed, a lot of steam, very explosive in nature. This one is coming at you like a rocket, similar to the Chariot, similar to the Eight of Wands. Like I said, it can be confrontational in nature, but it could also be very determined, locked on a goal, like keeping the eye on the prize, if it's not an air sign in your life. But with all that being said, let's dive deeper. We're going to jump in and clarify. So let's shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Leos. See what's going on for my friends. My gods, talk to me. And yes, Leo, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research, rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to go in on this page, see what that could be about. And also, if you read cards yourself, I always say, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. Okay, if you have any messages you want to deliver to your collective, you just drop it down in the comments. I don't mind whatsoever. Okay, I actually encourage it, because we all learn from each other. Let's see what's up with this page, though. Let's keep it moving. Okay, yeah, so a little bit of that energy sticking over from last week. It's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So for some of you, this could be some sort of blast from the past, or someone you have a lot of history with trying to like reemerge or resurface in some type of way. There is a possibility for that. Obviously, that's not for everybody, because Leos are watching this for various different things. Now, when we get the Wheel of Fortune, I see it as positive, whether it's in the reverse, whether it's in the upright, because it's a wheel. It's constantly moving. It's constantly in motion. It's the karmic cycles of life. If you're with an earth sign, or you've been dealing with an earth sign, that might catch a dose of karma. Okay, and I'm getting like a double-edged sword type of thing. Like you might have a conversation, or you might have a talk, or have some news with somebody where it's like, all right, I have good news, I have bad news. Which one do you want first? That's the type of vibe I'm catching here. So that might be in the cards for a lot of Leos out there. Like you might have a talk, or you might be waiting back to hear something, and like you kind of hear what you want to hear, but there's also some bad news attached. So beware of that. I don't think it's anything treacherous or rough. I do want to see how the rest of the reading plays out, pardon me. But yeah, this could be, I have some good news, I have some bad news. Let's keep it moving. But the wheel is a good omen overall. Let's go in on this Knight of Wands, see what that's about. So why is this Knight of Wands here? Please, thank you. All right, that's good. That's absolutely good. This is somebody, this is either something really good, and I like this because I said there might be good news, bad news, but following right up, we have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright under the Knight of Wands. This is absolutely beautiful. Like this is some big abundance, wins, victories, triumphs, whatever you want to call it. This is somebody who literally has their eyes on the prize. They know what it is that makes them happy. Now, for some of you, this could be things involving the home, involving the family, as with a lot of other tens. But the Ten of Pentacles is super overflowing, super abundant. The fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune here as well, there might be some sort of like sudden victory, sudden win, especially when we tie it with the action of this Knight of Wands. If it's not just representing you in that mode, like, you know what? It doesn't matter what good or bad news happens. I'm good. I'm sturdy. I got this. It's that type of feeling as well. But there could be some really nice things coming in. And it could be coming in sooner rather than later. Okay? That's nice. I've been feeling that throughout a lot of the fire signs. But we're going to move over to this Knight of Swords, and then we'll like try to tie everything up into a cohesive picture. But I would say overall, this reading is absolutely leaning in the more optimistic fashion. So let's see what's up with this Knight before we get the Shadow card. There's this Knight of Swords here. Thank you. Yeah, Knight of Swords, Four of Swords. Yeah, that's stability. That rock solid stability coming in. And I do feel like it's an important message to tell you that you should know when to rest, okay? You know when you have your victories, know when you collect them, know when to apply the gas, apply the pressure, know when to take your foot off the gas and step on that brake a little bit. The Four of Swords is all about that rest, recuperation, the healing. And under a card like the Knight of Swords, I do see things moving in a much better way. I really do. Now, you apply this to various portions of your life however you need to. Whether it is romantic things, whether it's emotional things, whether it's work things. Like, it could be various things, but there is a nice solidifying of the energy that's moving forward, especially with all the action we had going in. The Four of Swords feels really good here. You need to take care of yourself, your mind, body, soul. Okay, for some of you, it could just be a situation with an air sign that's just going to stay the same as well. So I'm giving you an extra little nugget message there. Like, if you're dealing with an air sign, like, not much is going to change in that regard. That's probably going to stay sturdy in its situation. However, overall, this energy feels good. Like I said, the wins, the victories, the triumphs, whatever they might be, because those come in all different shapes and sizes. But let's go through this real quick, my friends, and I'll give you a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. In position number 1, we have the Page of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Like I said, for some of you, it could be an earth sign that's catching a little dose of karma. But it was giving me that big vibe of talking, conversation, news coming in. I have good news, I have bad news, okay? Like that double-edged sword. But moving over, we have the Knight of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. You don't get much more positive than that. This could be something good coming your way suddenly. I don't want to say unexpectedly, but something that comes sooner rather than later, which feels really good. Or your mind could be on the family and the home a little more than it normally is. Moving to the very back end, we have the Knight of Swords with the Four of Swords. Make sure you're watching out for your health. Know when to apply pressure. Know when to take your foot off the gas. Take care of yourself. Mind, body, soul. Healing could be extra important. However, at the end of this reading, if things have been hectic recently, I see things starting to solidify, slow down, and get a little more stable in this time. Now, it's true, energy is always fluctuating, always moving, but sometimes it's a lot more stable. The waters are much calmer, and that's the type of vibe I'm catching here, which I would say bodes well. Obviously, every Leo's going through different things, different life cycles, but overall, the energy is a little softer than it has been. So please take a screenshot. We're going to get into the shadow deck real quick, just to tie this reading up into a nice, neat little bow. We're going to see if there's any shadows lingering around there for the Leos, please. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for Leo? And yeah, I always say when I use this deck, it's a darker deck. It's illustrated in a darker way. So it makes us look at the rougher sides of the energies, and that's okay. That's what we want to do with shadow work. So let's just get one card out here. We're not going to spend too much time on it. What do we have for Leo? Thank you. Okay, yeah, we have the Fool card. So I feel like this is another little warning like we had linked to the reading last week, like beware of changes, beware of false opportunities. When we have the Fool card, which is called the Seeker in this deck, let me put him there so you could get a better look. Okay, yeah, this could be an Aries that you've had history with that may have left scars on you that could be lingering in the energy. Obviously, not every Leo. But the Fool, I'm getting that beware of false opportunities. Now, yes, there is good energy still coming through. There may have been things that have happened that may have made you feel duped in some kind of way. But another thing with this Fool in regards to the shadow side of it is it's a little too spontaneous. It doesn't watch out for the pitfalls. So this could be Spirit saying like, hey, you remember that time you didn't think that through and this happened? Remember that going forward. Like, this might be a little warning shot from Spirit saying like, hey, make sure whatever it is you're dealing with, whatever it is you're working on, you have a nice, steady, concise plan. That nice, calm water. Don't do anything too spontaneous in this time because you could be a little more fired up than normal when we have the Fool card. And yeah, it's the beginning of a new cycle as well, but we're only talking about the rougher sides. Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the February subscriber surprise, the winners will be posted in the community tab March 1st. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Gilded Tarot Royale. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments what zodiac sign vibes best with you. It has to be a different one than your own, though. So drop that in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And that's it. At the end of March, going into April, I'll announce the winners. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.